Hi, Si here from MusicRadar. I am joined today for the first time ever in our very bougie studio. Chris Bird, toe guitar, features, and tuition editor. Got it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it wrong last time.
Yes, I did.
You forgot my job title.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
I can't help myself.
It's a bit of a mouthful.
It is. It is. We might change it next time.
Yeah.
But I think we should cut straight into what we're looking at today. The Kemper Profiler Stage.
Should I do some playing?
I think you should.
Just do the playing. You can hear how it sounds.
Hey, how it sounds.
I mean, it sounds the same as a profiler, but let's do it anyway.
Let's do it anyway.
Right, here we
Go
go.
for it.
Nice little octave on that.
That is. Get your Marshalls on.
Yeah. Oops. I don't know why I said oops, really. Just whittling.
That's got to be good.
That's one I set up the other day. So I took a an amp profile from the online,
Okay, so off the...
yeah, and tweaked it, which
All
is
right.
perhaps the easiest way to get started with this.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
So we're hooking up USB, right?
Yes,
Connected to your Mac, PC, whatever.
exactly.
You're going on the line.
On
Yes,
the line,
on the
We're going
internet.
on the internet.
And it's literally just sort of selecting, downloading. Do you have to pay for anything?
There are payable
Okay,
profiles
so you've got
available,
some like...
but there are thousands of free ones as well.
Yeah, okay.
And
it's user-based kind of content, isn't it?
Yeah, there's user-based content and
Yeah.
there's third-party,
Right.
official and paid-for profiles
Right.
that you can download. Some of which are absolutely fantastic, and some of which are not so good. So
Yeah, I bet you got to do a bit of surfing to...
well, it's where this actually reveals one of the weaknesses of the profiler itself.
Is it?
Yeah, because its strength is its weakness. You can profile an amplifier, but you've got to know how to do that. You've got to know how to mic up an amplifier, you've got to know how to get the amplifier into its sweet spot, then generate a decent profile.
Right.
Let's face it, getting an amp into its sweet zone usually involves turning it up.
Yeah, you've got to crank it. You've got to be in a proper, nice, sort of acoustically treated environment.
Ever recorded an amp?
Yes.
It's not straightforward.
It's not straightforward, no.
So getting an amp into its sweet spot is not necessarily as easy as you might imagine it to be.
No.
And
fair amount of effing and jeffing's gone into it.
this is quite honest.
Yeah, okay, so you can't hide.
There are some not so good profiles available.
Right.
So, as I say, its strength is its weakness. It's a snapshot of an amplifier at any one point. And this is exactly the same with this as it is with the standard profiler, right? There's nothing. This is a standard profiler in a new form.
Just the chassis has changed.
So there's almost no point going through the sounds. The sounds are the same as they've always been.
And like you
the
said,
capabilities are the same as they've always been.
No need to do a profile live on the cam. Because
what's the point? It's been out for 8 years or something. You know,
and we don't have the room or the space or the right environment to do it.
We could probably find time and a way to do it, but
not in this room.
There are not in this room. No, but there are a world of videos out there already doing it, and this is exactly the same machine. So there is nothing new under the hood here.
No,
well, it's the hood that's new, if you like.
The hood is new.
The hood's new.
The engine is still the same.
The engine is still the same. Yeah.
So other positives we can pull from this, because at the moment there are very little right now.
Well, it's not an old banger, put it that way.
No,
it's
still got
sounds incredible.
It's still got all the power that you expect and require from it.
Yeah, and I think Kemper haven't brought out a version 2, if you like, of the profiler. They've got all these different shapes, but it's still the same engine, and there's a good reason for that. It sounds bloody good.
It sounds good.
Really
was it expected then when this was announced? Was it expected? Oh, it's going to be new guts, or did they come out straight away and go, nope, it's the same thing?
I don't think anyone knows. Anyone knows.
Okay.
No, I think the floorboard's been expected for a while. I should call it the stage, to give it its proper name. It's the Kemper Profiler Stage, not the floorboard.
But so it is a floorboard.
It is a floorboard, but there are 2 floorboards you can buy from Kemper. You can buy this one, or you can buy a little controller called the remote. So this one is a profiler.
The stage, gotcha.
Yeah, so try and give it its full name.
Yeah. So what is good about this? Come on, I feel like we can't just rubbish it while it's here.
I don't think we've rubbished it so far, but I think we've needed a floorboard.
Yeah.
It works out cheaper than a Kemper and a remote, put it that way.
Right.
So that's a good start.
That is a very good start.
Cheaper point of entry into the world of Kemper, I think, is very, very much required.
It is required.
And
how much cheaper?
Not a lot. It's still big money. I think you're talking, I might be 14, 15 for one of these, so quite a lot.
Still quite a lot.
Still quite a lot. But that would be the same price as the standard Kemper, but without the remote.
Without the remote, so you've got like extra things. Right.
So this makes it stage ready for 400 quid less.
Yeah.
And
that's not to be sniffed at.
Not to be sniffed at, no.
Yeah.
No. So it is definitely a more affordable way into the Kemper world if you're a gigging musician. I feel like what Kemper might have been better off doing was going even smaller.
Yes.
And going up against the Head Rush gig board and going up against the Line 6 HX Stomp.
Because as you rightfully pointed out, there's a big gap here where we don't have...
It's a size 12 sized gap, basically.
Yeah. That's a huge omission, isn't it?
It's a terrible omission. For me, if you're going down the combined kind of multi-effects and floorboard route, you want an expression pedal.
You want an expression, but you want to rock out with your wah and
even if you don't, Helix has got one.
Exactly. So
its main competitor's got one.
Well, yeah.
So aside from saving 4 inches in that direction, and maybe 2 or 3 inches in that direction, it's a bit smaller than a Helix, but not a lot, and I'd rather have my expression pedal.
I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's a bit of an omission on that. Coming back to things I like.
Okay. This is good.
First time I plugged it in.
Yeah.
Big smile on my face.
Really?
Yeah.
It had that.
So
had that effect on you.
Yeah, I've not had a lot of experiences with a Kemper. I've only had the briefest of dalliances with a Kemper in the past.
Yeah.
When I and a sound engineer profiled a couple of amps together, and it was brilliant. It was a while back, 3, 4, 5 years ago. But I haven't spent any time playing through Run until this came into my living room. Plug it in,
and it was
big smile.
Big smile.
Amazing.
Wow, that's good. It's still got that hold.
Yeah, Absolutely. And this going back to what we were saying about there being a version 2 Kemper, if there's ever going to be a new engine under the hood.
Yeah.
Not sure it needs it yet.
No, okay. So it still holds weight in the market with its guts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you talk about things that could theoretically improve in version 2, perhaps we're talking about this knob here, the gain knob.
Right.
I think for me, if there's a shortcoming of the abilities of the Kemper, it's how the actual gain stacks up when you move it away from its profile point.
Okay.
So you'll take a profile of an amplifier, right?
Yeah.
And you'll set up your tone, and the gain might be at say midpoint 5.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it sounds great, and it sounds almost identical and all of that, and you're kind of like, crikey, that sounds like my amp.
Yeah.
And you're there. Once you start adjusting the gain, that's where you hear the difference. When you adjust the gain, that's where you sort of go, oh well, it doesn't quite adjust in the same way as my amp does. Similar with the tone controls as well. That's where it kind of isn't as strong as it might. But
doesn't perform as the original.
It's just slightly where it reveals its weaknesses.
Okay.
But you know, it's such a minor criticism of the whole Kemper environment. It's not just related to
profiling as a whole.
Profiling as a whole, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's something they'll probably improve when they come to the next generation.
When sort of technology is, developing. And I presume that's probably why they haven't jumped on a version 2 yet, because the advancements in the technology required to get better, maybe not quite there yet, or cheap enough.
Could be that.
It's holding it back a little bit, which is fine. We like that. We don't want anyone to rush things out for no reason.
This is still damn good though. If you're just after a good tone, it's really really good.
It's really good.
Yeah. I mean, there are other things to sort of evaluate it on, but you would only really be being critical or evaluating the whole Kemper world.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about the stage, right?
Yeah.
So you could talk about signal flow. You could probably improve that.
Right.
You can edit your effects certainly more effectively in a Line 6 Helix.
Yeah.
There is no software.
No
software editor.
No. So this is where the Helix kind of wins, in fact, with against the whole market, really.
Yes, absolutely.
We were saying the Gigboard
doesn't have one.
Doesn't have one either.
No. So I feel like if you were after the most practical choice, this might not be it. There are other choices.
Yeah. Slightly cheaper,
slightly more user-friendly.
Yeah, I mean, we were going on user-friendly. The screen, the headrush, obviously, it's probably one of the best screens we've seen in a floor.
Helix, lovely.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, those two go. They've got something going on. Nice. Yeah. This is a bit like they've just taken out of the head unit there and gone, right, we'll slap that in.
Absolutely. So if you're familiar with the head unit, the toaster as it gets called, or if you're familiar with the remote, this whole layout will be pretty similar to you.
Yeah.
The switches and the screens.
So familiar territory. You'll
territory
be straight in there doing everything you need to do.
Yeah.
From a newbie perspective.
Yeah. I mean, if you're my height, you're 6'1", right? Yeah. If you're not my height, you're a different height. But 6'1" is quite a long distance between that and your eyes, which are getting older and older. Yeah, 43-year-old eyes and sort of 1 inch high screen,
3.5 inches. Yeah, it's.
I haven't gigged it yet. I don't know what it's going to be like once the lights are shining on it.
Yeah, that's another thing, isn't it?
But yeah, I feel like the screen could have been a little bit bigger as well. So there's lots of things I feel like I'm being critical for,
But it doesn't quite deserve it because...
It doesn't deserve it because it sounds amazing.
It sounds amazing.
It sounds incredible. It's absolutely fantastic.
And the fact that it's that kind of sort of keener price really sways...
There's one thing that sways me, and it's happened today. It's the story that gets thrown out about modelling gear and profiling gear, right? What if your valve amp stops working? Now, my valve amp hasn't stopped working, but my car battery went flat today.
Oh, crikey.
I got a rehearsal tonight.
Oh, right.
This has got me out of the...
That saved you.
It saved me.
That saved you.
This is a public transport.
Friendly. Yeah.
So I can take my guitar on my back, that in a box, get on a bus to my rehearsal.
And you've got the best sound you could possibly get.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So
Put something on the back.
Yeah. my valve amp is still in the boot of my car at home.
Yeah.
Today. So
waiting to be charged up again.
Yeah.
Right.
There are.
That is, yeah. We forget that, don't we? You know, gigging musicians. If you live in a big city, you don't want to be driving around.
Yeah.
Lugging and breaking your back and all that.
And even if you do, sometimes cars break down and sometimes valve amps break down.
Yeah.
And I feel like
don't start me on parking. I hate parking. Horrible.
Thing is, if you're a gigging musician, if you're a pro, or if you play an awful lot,
yeah,
you start getting to the point where you think, well, maybe I need something like this. Maybe I need something like this for the day my valve amp does go down. And my car doesn't start, and I have got to get on the bus.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
they're rock solid. I suppose in a gigging environment, they are solid. You know, there's no deviation. You know, you don't have to worry about miking it up. You're literally going straight into your desk.
Certainly fewer variations.
Fewer
to worry about. I think, I'm never quite sold on the whole just plug it in and be done with it, because PA systems now sound different. Monitors sound different. I played through a Helix in a shop recently and it sounded awful because of the wedge it was plugged into. I didn't like at all.
Okay.
So it needed tweaking.
Yeah.
Right. So the idea that it's just plug it in and play it, don't worry about it. It's more like plug it in, play, and leave it for the sound engineer to worry about.
That's it. Yeah.
And if you do want something on stage, you'll probably have to take responsibility for your own system yourself. If you're really particular, get your own full range. Exactly. So I'm not entirely sold on the idea that it gets by these issues entirely.
Gotcha.
But it did get me out of a problem.
Got you out of a problem today.
Absolutely.
So you can still make that practice tonight.
Yeah.
This is all good. It's all good.
The rehearsal has not been cancelled.
No.
And this comes back to me saying why I feel like it would be good if Kemper offered one of these that was about that
half the size, essentially.
Yeah. If you're not going to have an expression pedal on a floorboard, well, make it smaller. Make it a little simple thing.
Yeah.
Much more stripped back.
Smaller than a laptop is anyway. You're onto a winner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We want the Kemper Stage Lite. That's what we want, isn't it?
Exactly.
Exactly that. Well, Chris, thank you so much for coming along and showing us the Kemper Profiler Stage, not floorboard, because
not floorboard.
I'm not allowed to say that.
No, that's a generic term.
Generic term, of course. Yeah. So it just leaves me to say the usual. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share wherever you're seeing this video right now. Do check out MusicRadar.com for all the latest news, reviews, and tutorials, and of course, Total Guitar Magazine is on sale now, so go and get your copy.
There'll be a review of this.
Yes, there will. Yeah. Cheers.
Bye-bye.